Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you're new to me, new to my show, new to my channel on YouTube, please do subscribe so that you can take advantage of all the current shows, all the previous shows, and all the shows coming up. There's so much wisdom here for you. And it is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring to you these wonderful speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their meditations and processes, etc., so that we can all thrive and so that we can all awaken to happiness now. And so, I just want to, I always talk so much before we get started, before we hit record. But I'm just so grateful for all of you for being here, for showing up on these calls regularly. Every time we have a call, some of you are here every single time. So I so appreciate you. I'm so thankful. I love you all. And so today, my dear friend Stacey McDaniel is back with us. And we are going to be talking about channeling with your guides and the higher beings of light. And so some of what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about what is channeling, who can channel, how channeling can help us here with our journey on Earth, how channeling can actually be healing. And we're also going to be doing a healing process in which we will connect with our guides to receive guidance and healing. And Stacey will also be doing a few mini angel card readings. So I'm excited about that because that's always so much fun. It's always so interesting to see what comes up. And for those of you who may not know Stacey, she was on our show last season, I think, for the first time. Of course, we loved having her here and I had to have her come back. So Stacey is well versed in many energy healing modalities, but most of all, she considers herself a light worker. She works with the healing light and the healing energies from various sources, the Archangels, the Ascended Masters, the Galactics, the Unicorn, Source, the Divine, and many more. She also works closely with the Akashic Records to bring forth healing at the root level. And Stacey has been working with various forms of healing since 1995. And after 15 years in clinical practice as a doctor of acupuncture and herbal medicine, as well as an EFT practitioner, Stacey transitioned to using energy healing as her main modality. And that is what she'll be sharing with us today. So please, everyone, join me in welcoming Stacey back to the show. Stacey, welcome.
Thank you. So grateful to be here with everybody on this full moon in Aries today.
And I forgot to say, like I normally do, but I forgot to say, if you would like to work with Stacey live during the show, please do raise your hand. And we already have people with their hands raised, so they all want those angel card readings and or they have questions about channeling, right? So if you can raise your hand, that'd be great. If not, if you want to type your question in the chat, we can try and see if we can do some of those as well. Okay. So and so, Stacey, the subject of channeling is I really like as well myself. So it's going to be an interesting conversation because your take on what channeling is, my take on what channeling is, what comes through. Because during these shows, I actually receive a lot of information and guidance, right? So I'm channeling the information and guidance as well during these live shows. So we'll see what is going to be coming through. So let's start off for those who may not know or who may have an idea, but you know what? Let's open our minds and see what else is possible here. So what in your understanding, in your training, in your teachings, what is channeling?
Okay, so channeling is like the merging of the spirit of something. So whether it's the spirit of a plant, an animal, a crystal, a guide, channeling is really, it's connecting with that spirit. You can merge with that spirit as well to bring through healing, guidance, messages, downloads. I mean, there's so much information that you can get when you channel. And it's why it's one of my favorite topics. And so that's channeling in my definition.
And channeling, just to add on that, or just to go a little bit deeper, in the olden days, in the past, people used to think of trance channeling as the only form of channeling, right? But for us these days now, I feel like we are all channeling all the time, whether we are channeling from our guides and angels, ascended masters, etc., or we're channeling from our higher self, right? So for me, it's always like, when I'm in a higher state, a little bit of a meditative state, right? In my higher self, connected to my higher self, then the information comes through. Not just when I'm talking to somebody on the street about the weather. That this channeling does not happen to me then, I'll be honest, right? But for myself, I do need to be in a more higher vibration frequency, right?
Yes, and that's actually one of the things that I love about channeling is it definitely raises your vibration, it raises your frequency. And it's really important to set up a sacred space beforehand. And this is what I teach in my channeling classes, setting up a sacred space so that you can be certain of who you're channeling with, as well as when you set up that sacred space, it helps to turn on your clairs. So the information that you get is clearer, it's more thorough, it's more aligned. And so, setting up a sacred space is really important. And I do that whether we're going to be channeling, whether we're going to be doing a healing process. So we will be doing that a little bit later on. But once you really get into the habit of setting up a sacred space, it happens really quickly. And I do channeling and healing while I'm out walking my dog every day. And, it just takes me a few seconds to really get into that sacred space, and off we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Being out in nature is actually much easier to raise your vibration frequency and get into that state. That is for sure, guaranteed. I know that when I used to really focus on that when I was walking Neo, when I was in Austria and we were in the country, so it was much easier. I used to always get information and guidance and processes and just so much deeper sometimes than even when I was sitting at home trying to sit still and focus, right? So sometimes walking in nature can help you to connect much more easily. For me, for sure. And I had been told that all my life. People, psychics, etc., had always told me you need to be out in nature. When you're out in nature, you can connect more deeply. And then of course I found that to be totally true. So it's like, okay, they were right. Um, but that can definitely help. And of course, I love what you said, Stacey, about creating a sacred space, right? And creating a sacred space it doesn't have to be a big ritual, a big process. Sometimes it's very simple. So then, like Stacey said, it's really, really important to have that. And it's also about your intention as well, right? Um, and channeling is something that we're constantly channeling. Like whenever we ask a question, oh, what does my body want to eat, or what do I feel like doing today, or my higher self, what do you want me to know today, all that kind of stuff. That is also, I think, a form of channeling, right? So, and it's for me, it's just like being in my heart space and then asking the question and being willing to receive. And that's the other thing too, right? Is being willing to receive and trusting the information that comes through if it feels good.
Absolutely. And trust is actually, I think, one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle. And I know for me, um, I was learning to channel for a couple of years and I still didn't trust myself. And so that's what I always talk about that as well. The more that you can trust yourself from the beginning, you're actually getting more information than you realize. And sometimes we push it away or we kind of set it over there and we're like, maybe that's right or maybe not. But the more you can trust, the more it actually comes through, and then the more you build your confidence. Because for me in the beginning, a lot of the times, like I wouldn't say things, what I was feeling or what was coming through, and then I would get the confirmation later that I was on the right track. And I was always like, I should have trusted myself. So that is one thing that I really like to do in my channeling classes, is to help build that trust for my students. We really start out, I don't like to say simply, but we start out with things that we have more experience with so that you can trust more the information that's coming through. And then we build on top of that. So we start out by channeling plants, channeling animals, channeling crystals. And then we moved to the Archangels and the Ascended Masters. And that process was given to me by my guides, these 2 channeling courses that I have, because my guides were like, we want to get people trusting more right off the bat, because that was a big thing for me, was not trusting what was coming through.
And that is so important because I know that a lot of people, they don't trust their information that they're getting. They think, oh, it's just my own mind, or I'm just making it up, whatever. But I know for myself, for my own experience, Stacey, that when information comes to me, when I'm with a client, I just say it. They say, well, this is what I'm getting. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. And they go, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. So I just share, it's like, because a lot of times it doesn't make sense to me, right? So it's like, I'm just going to share it. If it makes sense, great. If not, maybe it'll make sense to you later. Right. And so that part of trusting, I have no issue. I have no problem with trusting the information that comes through for a client, but I'll be honest, sometimes for myself, I may not necessarily trust right away. If that makes sense.
It's a learning process, and we were having that conversation even before we started about and I think our conversation was not really talking about trust with channeling, but more just like trust with the universe.
Yeah.
It's a journey and something that you continually build and grow into.
Yeah. And as you start to trust, it's kind of like, we sometimes have to remind ourselves of all the different times that we did trust and we got the information or the guidance or whatever the situation was. Because I think in the collective there may be, this program running in the background of not trusting yourself, because in the collective we have this belief that the information is outside, other people have it, right? Instead of knowing that we have it ourselves, we can access that truth and that wisdom for ourselves, right?
Yeah, and our own inner guidance is actually really the strongest wisdom that we have, is really tuning into what is right for us. Everybody is unique. Everybody is individual. And so a lot of the times the answers are right within you. Or, your guides can help guide you more along the way. So the answers, really, a lot of them are within.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now, I talked about channeling. Stacey's obviously talking about channeling. So who can channel? I would say anybody can, but Stacey, what do you think?
Anybody. And this is a story that I love to tell, because I got introduced to energy healing decades ago, and really started getting it done on myself about 15 years ago, and I absolutely loved it. And I talked myself out of it. I thought, I was an acupuncturist at the time, and I thought I could never do that. Like, how do they get that information? I could never do that. And so I went almost a decade not believing in myself,
Mhm.
kind of pushing that away. And now I absolutely trust the information that comes through. The information that comes through is like more wise than I could even come up with my own brain, right? It's of a higher vibration and a higher frequency. And I love to like turn my healings over to my guides. Like they can lead it, because it's beautiful what they come through with. And so I always tell people, if you feel like you can't do it, I was there. And now I am at a place where I channel, I mean, so much throughout the day. I'm constantly channeling. And that's how I ended up teaching channeling. It was something that I never set out to do when I opened my doors to my energy healing practice. I thought I was just going to see clients. But I found that I was channeling everything. I would see an animal out in nature, and I wanted to know, what did that mean for me? Yes, I could go look it up online, but if I did that, it never really stuck in my head. And it was the same with, especially with crystals. I would look them up all the time, for their properties, and then I would immediately forget. But then I started channeling the crystals, and the information, the frequency, the wisdom really, really stuck with me. And that's why my guides really wanted to bring that through with my channeling level 1. And I actually have a really interesting story about channeling crystals, and this happened just recently. I have an amazing hairstylist. I absolutely love her. I've been seeing her for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half. And she has this bowl of crystals by her station. And she had this one crystal tower that I could never remember the name of. I'd always seen it, and every time I would go, I would ask her, and it was white with like a grayish or black veining, so people may know what it's called, but she would always tell me that's howlite. And then I'd come back, like 6 or 8 weeks later, what's that one again? She'd say, that's howlite. And that went on and on. And this last time I was there, which was actually just a few weeks ago, by then I had finally remembered it was called howlite, but I didn't know anything for what it was for. And so she walked away to go grab something, and I picked it up and I held it to my heart. And immediately, I'd never felt this before, but I felt like I wanted to howl. And I was like, that's why it's called howlite. And so I was like, oh, wow, maybe it opens up your throat chakra. Maybe it's used for light language. And then I also, I ended up looking it up afterwards, because I do like to always still check the information, what's coming through, based on what other people say. And they said it's also used a lot for grief. So like that howling grief. And now I will never forget the name of that crystal or what it's used for.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness, I love that. That is so amazing because as soon as you said the white crystal with the vein, black or gray vein, I knew it was howlite, right? But it's like but it had to come specifically to you for your information, for your wisdom, and how you received it instead of just somebody said its name is howlite. Now you really got it, and that's the kind of wisdom that you get from channeling that stays with you. It really it means being open to receiving the guidance and wisdom, getting out of your own head, and allowing the crystal to speak to you. I love that. That was so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I will never forget. It was such a strong feeling. I was like, wow, okay, the name makes sense.
Yeah, then it makes sense now. Perfect. And so channeling, it's become much more prominent in this day and age, right? In the past, it was like Edgar Casey did channeling kind of thing, right? But how can channeling help us here with our individual journey? Because our each individual is having their own unique journey, and it's different for all of us, right? So how can channeling help us? And I guess I'm asking for myself because I'm being challenged at the moment, right? It's like my journey has been like so full of challenges, but at the same time, I'm so blessed and so like guided, and I have the wisdom, and I have the presence, and I have the just the support, right? At the same time, from my guides, from the angels, from my team. So it's like I think I answered my own question, but go ahead.
I'll add on. I'll go ahead and add on. So, with channeling, I mean, like I mentioned before, you can get messages, you can get guidance, you can get downloads, and sometimes downloads come out of the blue. Once you've really set up that telephone, that connection, stuff will just drop in. And so that guidance is really, really key. But the other thing with channeling is just connecting to those energies and those frequencies, like I mentioned before, raises your vibration. So even if you're, absolutely when you're connecting to an angel or an ascended master, but even just connecting to the essence of rose or
Mhm.
lavender can be very, very healing. And I see this over and over again in my channeling classes, especially in the beginning where we're really focusing on the plants and the animals. There is so much medicine to be brought through by connecting to those plants and those animals and those crystals, right? So you're getting the healing when you're connecting to their vibration, even if you're bringing through a message or something like that. So you know, the more you connect, the more healing comes through.
Absolutely. And the healing, it is partly because when you are channeling, downloading, connecting, you're automatically raising your vibration and frequency, and you're receiving that energy, that frequency from the higher realms, which is a form of healing. So it's not always like I'm going to heal my arm. No, it's kind of like that energy, that frequency that you, when you're connecting, is healing you in a way that by filling you up with more light, or just raising your vibration frequency, giving you that wisdom, that aha, all of that is, in my opinion, also considered healing.
Spot on. Absolutely. You said it perfectly. It's like connecting to those energies and bringing that energy into your field heals in and of itself without like even having to guide and direct the healing, just connecting
Yeah,
is healing in and
absolutely.
of itself.
So there is so much healing available when you are channeling, and whether you're channeling the plants or the crystals or animals. But so, I'll be honest, a lot of times, some when I'm just like, yeah, everybody knows how much I love Neo, my dog, right? But I just sometimes look at him and he's like so cute, and I'm connecting to him, I'm touching him. That alone, that connection with him, that's also healing, right? And so it's not like I'm doing anything. I'm not doing healing, but I'm connecting with my baby, and like I just so love him so much. It's like,
Animals are very healing. Absolutely. Our pets,
yeah,
especially.
like, how are you so cute? I say that to him all the time, and like it just bubbles up, right? And so and that automatically changes the energy vibration frequency of my aura and the space as well. So that heals, right? So
Yeah.
I love that. It's so beautiful. I love my puppy so much. He's not a puppy anymore, but whatever. I love him so much. He's so
They're
cute.
always puppies.
Yeah, exactly. He's my baby. He's always been my baby. Uh, yeah. Um, okay, so anything else you want to add around about channeling that we may have missed in our conversation?
Well, I mean, we haven't really gotten to where we're talking about the class, but I will just say a few things about it because um, one of I do offer channeling classes. I offer a channeling level 1 and a level 2. And level 1 I call cultivating your clairs. That's where I'm teaching you how to set up a sacred space and really cultivate those clairs. These are things that we cultivate. They're like a muscle. Anybody can learn. And then we begin channeling in that class. And it's open to everybody, whether you are already in a healing practice. I do have people who are already practitioners who come to that course. And then I have people who are completely green. And one of my favorite stories is in one of my channeling level 1 classes. I had a woman come in who was in the process of channeling a book for Hay House. And so her channel was very open, but she had never channeled in the way that I teach in the class with bringing through, the plants, the ascended masters, the archangels, and it completely opened up a whole other world to her. So, it's open to people of all levels.
Yeah, awesome. And so because we're talking about the channeling course, I'm just going to quickly share the special offer page, and then we'll get into some readings, and we're also going to be doing a healing process. Okay, so just give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. Oops, just because we're talking about it right now. So so Stacey has 3 packages available. One is a 60-minute private session with Stacey. Package B is a channeling level 1 6-week live course. And then package C is everything in package A and package B. So, so really quickly, Stacey, if you want to share a little bit about what a 60-minute private session with you looks like.
Sure. I have a mixed modality, or you can separate it out if you want just a Rahani session or an angel healing session or an Akashic session. You can do individually. My most popular session is my mixed modality, where we just go in and see what wants to come through. And so all of those modalities are open to be used. So that's normally a private session. They're very uplifting. We do a lot of clearing. We do a lot of healing. And I really like to get people to this expanded energetic space at the end, where they feel really good and they feel really uplifted and different, a very different energetic space than when they came in with.
Absolutely. So that's package A. And now the package B is the channeling level 1 course. It's a 6-week course. And when is this starting? So October 28th, I just saw.
Yes. Yes, Mondays, October 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern. I tend to hold this class during the day so that people in the UK and Europe can join, but then there's certain people in the US who can only do the evening. So I'm trying to switch it up this time, and do it more in the evening. So if the evening time works for you, then please come join this class. And it's an intimate group, and there's so much growth and healing that happens with this class. And then you have the opportunity, if you like, to go to the level 2 channeling class, working with the higher beings of light. In that one, we bring through the Galactics, we bring through the unicorns, and then we also work more in depth with the many, many guides that I work with. So I just love the progression of the course and how my guides channeled that through.
Awesome. And so this begins on October 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 weeks of live classes. Are there recordings for people who cannot attend live?
Absolutely. Yep.
Awesome.
We
So
replay
that's
every
package.
time. And I do want to add this in. There's healing and activations with every single class. Every single of the 6 weeks, 6 classes, there's healings and activations, because sometimes we have things in our way which can block our clairs, any doubts, any insecurities, and things like that. We will work on clearing those so that you can be more of an open channel.
Awesome. So that's package B, and a payment plan is available. And then, of course, package C is the 60-minute private session plus the 6-week live course. And of course, a payment plan is available for that one as well. There's some wonderful testimonials and feedback about Stacey and her work, and about the channeling class from people who have taken it before. So please check that out as well. Also, if you want to read more about Stacey's bio, it's on here on the page. And again, there's 3 packages. Package A, which is a 60-minute session for $70. Package B, which is a channeling level 1 6-week live class for $170, and a payment plan is available. And package C includes both, so a 60-minute private session and the channeling live 6-week course, and a payment plan is available. And of course, if you are an Inner Circle member, please do use your gift code so that you can take advantage of that as well. Awesome. Thank you so much, Stacey. And I was just saying before we went live, I was like, oh, I need to get a reading with somebody. And I wasn't even thinking about you offering, the personal session. I was only thinking about the channeling. And now when I looked at it, I was like, oh, Stacey does that.
I do. I love to do personal sessions. They're always interesting. It's like amazing what comes through in private sessions. It's just, yeah. And Scott said
It's
here
just
he had an
funny.
Akashic Records session with me, and it was fantastic. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, thank you, Scott, for sharing that. All right. So now, do you want to do the healing process first, or do you want to do some angel card readings? What do you want to do?
So I want to do the healing. Thank you, Lansing. I'm going to do the healing process first. And there's a reason for that, because what it's going to do is get us into a sacred space, and it's going to like really set up the stage for the readings. And let me just tell you, when we go into the readings, I'm going to be doing readings from with the female Archangels. This is one of my absolute favorite decks from Callista. And so with these readings, whichever angel comes through, everybody's going to get a healing transmission. So it's not going to be only for the people who are getting the reading. So there's going to be all sorts of opportunity today for that. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. And somebody said that there's background talking. No, there's not that I can see, but maybe there's some interference somewhere on the line. Who knows? Um, okay, so let's do the healing process first, and then we'll see about the readings.
Sounds good. Okay.
There's so many people with their hands raised, like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And so this is a good opportunity when we do this healing process to kind of bring to mind also, if you have something that you want an answer to, you may get some guidance in this healing session. So let's begin how we always begin. We're going to set up a sacred space. We're going to start by coming into our hearts. And so how you do that is you take your attention from your thinking mind down into your heart, and just do a couple of cleansing breaths, just letting everything go. Creator, all that is, it is commanded that you pull, clear, cancel, and delete on all the levels and resolve on the history level for everybody here and everybody on the replay to please release any waywards, any watchers, any entities, any attachments, any thought forms, anything which is not of our highest and greatest good. Send it up to unconditional love, so that we may all be free and so that we may be pure, clear channels for light. Thank you. And so it is. And just go ahead and just lengthen your breath. Just slow the breath down. Coming into this present moment of healing just for you. And as you're breathing, see that beautiful light in your heart continue to glow and continue to grow. And now we're going to begin to ground. So let's grow roots from our heart down through our body, down through our feet. And underneath our feet, let's take a moment to connect in with our Earth Star chakra. That really anchors us in and connects us in with Mother Earth. Connects us in with her stability, her nourishment. And then from there, continue to grow those roots deep down into the earth and grow them nice and wide, strengthening our connection. And then connect those roots to the center of the earth. And then now we're going to bring that earth energy back up through those roots into our body and into our energy field. So feel that earth energy come into your body and all throughout your energy field. And you may feel yourself relax a little more. And now we're going to connect. So let's bring our attention to our soul star chakra, which is above our crown. Open it up nice and wide and send a beautiful golden beam of light upwards. And as you send that beam of light upwards, take a moment to connect in with your higher self. And then continue to send that beam of light up through the sky, through the stars, all the way up. We're going to connect in with the light. connecting in with divine wisdom, connecting in with unconditional love. And then bring that beam of light all the way back down. So each of us is in our own beautiful beam of light, creating this big circle of light. And from here, we're going to call in our guides. We're going to call in our guardian angels, calling in, inviting in the higher beings of light, the archangels, the ascended masters, the unicorns and the galactics to come be with us today, asking for this guidance and for this healing for the highest good of all, with ease and grace, and so it is. So now we've set up the sacred space. We are ready to do this beautiful work that we're going to do today. And so with it being a full moon today, a lot of times with the full moon, it's a time to let go. It's a time to release. It's at its apex. So if there's something in your life that you've been wanting to let go of or release, just bring it to mind. And then you can shine that beautiful light from the full moon on it, just highlighting it. And as we do that, if you can't see it, that's okay. Just intend. And as we do that, we're also sending cosmic clearing energies for what you are wanting to release. So we're sending it right now, mixing it in with that beautiful light from the full moon. So I'm seeing it as this sparkly silver, platinum, rainbow light. Just releasing it all the way down to the soul level, releasing and clearing it really, really deeply. Not just from the mental or emotional level, but releasing at the deepest level. Letting go of anything that is in the way or anything that's ready to be released, whether it's conscious or subconscious. And so if any emotions come up with this, just recognize them and let them clear. You may already be able to feel things loosen and let go. You may feel and see things releasing. You may be feeling more peace come through as these things let go. You may be able to feel more grounding come through as well. That's just what I'm feeling. You may be able to feel more of a presence, more mindfulness coming into this present moment. So just let it release, let it let go. If there's any worry or fear, just let it move through. We have the power to heal and clear anything that we want. And if you need to come back to this on the replay, you can do that. But we're going to continue and we're just going to let things clear and release with this full moon that is conjunct Chiron. Chiron is a big wound in our chart. It's something that comes up over and over. So we just let it go for deeper and deeper healing. So if things have felt intense for you lately, know this is happening so that you heal at a deeper level and move into greater peace, move into a greater light of your own being. And then coming through to help us today with this healing and with this clearing are the Venusian Galactics. And they came through yesterday for me in a meditation, and I thought they would be beautiful to come through today to help with this as well. They bring through that beautiful energy of love. So just see if you can feel that settle into your energy field, settle into your body. They help us with self-love as well. And that's such an important piece of seeing that love reflected back to us as we are a mirror. So the more that we love ourselves and embody that self-love, the more it gets reflected back to us. And so I'm really feeling, you can imagine some pink and gold light that they are bringing through our bodies and our energy fields, if you want to imagine that as well. What I'm feeling is a big expansion in our energy fields, which is really, really important. That helps us to hold these higher frequencies. It helps us to hold more of that space of love and peace. And so that's what the Venusian Galactics are coming through with today. They're bringing through that beautiful love of Venus, helping us to connect to it more deeply within our hearts. And they were telling me they're anchoring it also deeply into the lower chakras as well. They brought my attention to the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, and they're just expanding that frequency of love throughout. And now they're bringing that frequency up into the higher chakras, expanding out again. So maybe you can feel that happening in your energy field. Maybe you're feeling more light. Maybe you're feeling more free. Maybe you're feeling more optimistic. You can bring through all of those things and anchor them in. And they're here to connect us to our own inner guidance as well. So if there's something that you have a question about, you can ask it. If there's something you're wanting guidance on, if there's something you're wanting direction on, go ahead and bring it to mind. And just open up to the possibility. You may get an impression, you may get an answer, you may get guidance. And if you don't, that's okay. You can just set the intention, because sometimes the guidance comes through later in the form of a conversation with a friend. Sometimes it comes through later in the form of an article you read, a book that's recommended. But we always need to ask. That's sometimes the thing that we forget, is asking for that guidance to come through. So set that intention and then see where you would like to go. Just bring to mind that higher timeline, that higher place, that higher frequency where you want to live your life from. Just bring it to mind. What does it look like? How does it feel? And we're just going to bring through an activating tone. To help with that. And my sound may cut out when I do this, but you're still getting it. And just see it all lit up. Feel that energy in your body. Feel the change and what has changed. From here, we will give thanks to our guides, asking for this healing and this guidance for the highest good of all with ease and grace. And so it is. And from here, let's bring our attention back down to our Earth Star chakra, anchoring in again so that we can bring those things to manifestation. And then bringing our attention to our heart chakra once again. And whenever you're ready, you can come back to this present moment.
Wow. That was interesting. Lots of tears for some reason. So lots of releasing, which is what I asked for. So how's everyone doing? If you want to write in the chat how that was for you, what you're experiencing. I know for myself at the beginning, it was lots of yawning, and then eventually it settled down and a lot of healing and releasing and then the expansion. That was, yeah, beautiful. Whew,
Good.
so take a breath, drink some water for sure.
Yes, I'll take another drink as well.
Feeling more expanded. Good, loved it. Good. And you might want to go back and do this again, right? Like go watch the recording, the replay again, and go through it again. Different area of your life, maybe.
Yes. Yeah. You can use it on anything you would like. So you can do the replay. And if you feel like you need a more complete healing, that's just like a short little healing process. You can even go back on what you worked on this time. So
Yeah, absolutely. Or you could always, book a session with Stacey as well.
yes, absolutely. We could go into it a deeper. So
Yeah. Some interesting images, Sandy. Awesome. Felt a lot of releasing. Yep. Same. Yep. All right. So, second tone really hit strong. There were two. I
yes,
remember.
yes.
Number one.
And yeah, and they were like, yes, we're bringing through this second tone. Don't forget that one. So I'm glad you felt that, Scott.
Okay, good. Thank you for letting us know, Scott, because sometimes what I'm in the process is I tune out and I'm not fully aware of what's happening. So awesome. Good. Thank you. All right. So I'm gonna let you choose, Stacey, who you are called to do a reading for. So you can see all the hands raised.
There we go. Yes, had to switch my screen. Okay.
Who the cards are calling.
Yeah, well, iPhone came to me first, so
Yeah, the iPhone ending in 648. Yeah, that's the only one with the hand raised. So yeah, okay. So I think that's Stella. Stella, are you there? If not, we're gonna go to the next person.
I
There she
am. I
is.
am. I can't.
Okay,
I couldn't
perfect.
unmute.
No worries.
How are you? Very.
Great.
I would like to know. I would like to have a message from the angels. I don't
Yeah,
have
so
a question.
Stacey,
I just.
yeah, do you want a specific question or are open to general reading? How does
A
either
that work
one,
with
general
you?
reading.
Okay,
either one.
general reading. So she wants a
Okay.
general reading. This is Stella.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and what's your name?
Estela.
Stella or Estella. And we were talking about this earlier. So this is Archangel Ariel. And the message of this card is to connect with nature.
Oh,
Yes, and Ariel comes through on the orange and green ray of acceptance, fortitude, and nature. So a lot of times, if we're needing to relax a little more or really connect to healing properties, being out in nature is a way to do that. So how have you been feeling lately? And as I'm speaking, I'm sending healing energies. So everybody is getting this transmission from Archangel Ariel.
Oh, yes, I've been feeling, I need to connect to, I was talking about maybe doing, getting this weekend going and getting connected to nature. I've been really working hard.
Yes. Yeah. So this is your message to just relax and nourish yourself in that way as well, because we can sometimes get in that mode of working and then we start to neglect ourselves a little bit, which when we actually take the time out to do some nourishment, it builds us up even more. So does that make sense? Okay, I think she's on mute again, but yes. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Go for it, Stella. Go out in nature, just relax and receive, right?
Right, I have to get out in nature. My girlfriend just called me and said, this is the new moon. I'm gonna find out if they have something in nature so we can go today.
It's a full moon, full moon.
Full moon, something about the moon. I'm not so familiar with moons, but
Yeah, good.
so
Yeah, definitely go do that if you can. That'd be great.
thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you, Stella. And bring your attention to Archangel Ariel when you are out in nature or doing the moon ritual, whatever. Just have a gentle awareness of her. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put Ariel. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. And that's something that we all can do as well, right? So it's not just for Stella, but that's something that we all can do as well.
Yes, and in fact, what he was just telling me is there's a sense of empowerment that's wanting to come through. So it's about relaxing, but also empowering ourselves when we go out and connect in nature and connect with him. So yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Who's next?
Sandy.
Oh, hi. Thank
Hi.
you. Hiya. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Sandy.
Hiya. Yeah, do you know, there was so much. I just love this call. Absolutely love it. Yeah, actually, I think I'll have just a general reading if that's okay. That there's other things going on, but I just thought to have a general one if that's all right.
All right, let's see who wants to come through. Oh, this is interesting on the full moon. So this is Archangel Azrael. And he comes through on the black ray of transcendence and potential. And it says underneath endings and beginnings. And that's actually a lot of what happens with new moons and full moons. And so if there's anything that you've been wanting to let go of, I mean, this harkens back to the healing session. I'm going to bring through some of his energy for everybody. There's been something you've been wanting to let go of. You can do that. And what that does is it opens up a new beginning for you. So does something come to mind for you, Sandy?
Absolutely. I've been involved in a very challenging legal situation to do with selling my property. So, and the person I bought from who's been actively sabotaging me selling. So that sounds perfect.
Yes, good. So hopefully that was helpful. And it's beautiful energy to bring through on this full moon as well. So
thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Sandy.
Okay, we have to go to the token male, Scott.
Hi.
Hi, and there may be other males on here, but that's just the name, with the ones that are up.
So yeah, go ahead and draw me a card from the beautiful deck that you recommended.
Yes, yes, yes. I recommended it to Scott, and he got the deck because we are doing angel healing next month. So, okay, so you just want a general reading. See who comes through, highest and best for Scott. Ah, oh, this is interesting because this is Archaea Strength, and she is actually the pair to Ariel. So it's interesting that she wanted to come through. And so just to give people a little bit of a background of the 34 archangels in this deck, they're broken up into 17 pairs of male and female. Okay. And actually, angels are androgynous, but they have a divine feminine and a divine masculine expression. So we already got Archangel Ariel, and then, oops, that was this card. And then now coming through is Archaea Strength. So transmitting some of her beautiful energy. So again, she comes through on the orange and green ray of acceptance, fortitude, and nature. And she, again, we're also having a theme of empowerment coming through. And that's what I love. She really helps to strengthen our energy fields. And in fact, I'm feeling that so strongly. So this is for anybody who wants to receive her strength, receive her, it's like this fortitude, this really strong empowerment. And I'm actually really loving the pairing of this with the energy that the Venusian Galactics came through with, because they came through with that soft, loving energy. And then now we've got that empowerment to add on top of there. And actually, and this is beautiful, Scott, for you, I know you personally, and he has already signed up for my channeling class, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, he's already signed up for angel healing next month. And that is because she was just letting me know that is what's coming through for you, especially is this empowerment. He's already so skilled with what he's doing. And so we're adding on to that empowerment. We're adding on to your skills and to the beautiful channel that you already are. So a little personal message from her there that you're moving into greater strength and greater empowerment.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Did that resonate?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. Okay, who's next?
Kathy.
Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? I'm sitting out on my patio taking in the nature that I can take in.
You've already got
Awesome.
it started, huh?
Right. It's finally cooling down after the hurricane. And so
Are you
we
in
weren't
Florida?
affected. Yeah, I'm in Florida.
Hi.
And we went from scorching hot to like 49 degrees last night. But I'm in Ocala. I'm in a horse town. So
Okay.
it's very mystical right here. But I'm open to receive
Okay.
whatever angel needs to come to me and talk to my soul.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so highest and best for Kathy. One of my favorites, Archaea Grace. And so again, transmitting this to everybody. Archaea Grace comes through on the ruby ray of peace, devotion, and inspiration. And so she's one of my favorites because she just helps to release anything that's holding us back, release any self-doubt, things like that, and move more into a state of grace, a state of flow, a state of trust, which is a theme that's been coming through today. And so she's just helping to release any of those lower emotions that may be coming through for anybody, really, and allowing us all to move more into that state of grace. Does that make sense for you, Kathy?
That's wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Kathy. Glad you're doing well.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's interesting because I see here Sprite says hand up. Am I allowed to call
Yeah,
on
go ahead.
somebody in the
Yeah,
chat?
yeah, it's just they might not know how to raise their hand, so it's okay.
Okay. And if you've got something.
Hello?
Oh,
It worked.
hey.
I can't get these things to work usually.
Well, you're on now, so that's beautiful. Do you have anything in particular or just a general reading?
A couple of things have come through. I'm not sure if I should do a general or if the one thing was, I'm not sure how to put it. You know, we're all doing a lot of things are coming up, a lot of releasing and things. Is there something that I'm just missing? You know how sometimes it's something so obvious, but you're just missing it because maybe you're afraid to release it, or maybe, is there something like that for me? And if not, just a general reading.
Okay. Some things can be subconscious that are, I don't like to use the word block, but that can be blocking us, can be some subconscious things that we aren't even aware of. We'll see who wants to come through, but sometimes that's what can be helpful in a one-to-one session, because there can actually be quite a few subconscious things. So we can name them and release them. So let's see who wants to come through and if they give me any more clarity on that. Okay. Archangel Metatron.
Ooh.
A powerhouse. Powerhouse. This, I know I say all of them are my favorites, but he is, I can't remember who I heard this one from. Somebody told me he's the jack of all trades. And he is. So let's bring Metatron through for anybody who really wants to empower their energy field and create what they want to create. So he helps us to remember the powerful being that we are. In fact, that's what it says at the bottom. Remember who you are. So if this is for anybody, if anybody feels limited, let's just clear that and remember the powerful being that you are. And Archangel Metatron comes in on the diamond ray of, hold on, I always want to get the wording right, universal ascension and sacred geometry. So he helps us to go to the next level in our ascension journey. And so it seems like that's where you're going, that's where you're wanting to go. And I am, in fact, he's showing me, he's helping to, he's giving me the image of breaking some chains. So if there's anything, and this could be subconscious, so if nothing comes to mind, just let the energy break free. But that's what he's giving me the image, is you breaking free of something that has been holding you back, something that's been keeping you a little locked in.
Oh, yes.
And this is for everybody. So if there's something that comes to mind for you, we're just going to let this energy move through. And in fact, so what he's giving me is these chains are breaking, and what's being replaced is this golden sparkling energy of possibility, of higher frequency. Yeah, it's like a whole timeline shift. It really is what he's giving me. So does that resonate? Does that help?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes, definitely. And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Bright Spring. That was awesome. And I'm saying thank you because, that was, if you all are willing to receive that transmission as well, that information as well, that guidance as well, please do. So this is for everybody. It's not just for the person asking the question. So please do receive. Yeah, that was
Absolutely.
awesome. I love Metatron.
I know.
He's my absolute favorite for sure.
He's amazing. Let's go to Aranima.
Hello.
To that side. Hi.
Hi. I am in the nature and
Awesome.
mirror library. Thank you so much for choosing me.
Yes.
I wanted to, just general information. What do you see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Highest and best for Aranima in the woods with the beautiful sunshine.
Yes.
And she's in North Carolina as well.
Yes.
Oh, yes, and so am I.
Oh, where are you?
I'm actually in the Asheville area. So, yes.
God. Are you safe?
I am. Thank you. Yes, there's still a lot of rebuilding and a lot going on around me, but yeah, we've been really lucky. So, okay, a beautiful one here for what you're doing right now. Archangel Raphael.
Oh, yeah.
Prioritize your health.
Yes.
And Archangel Raphael comes in on the green, pink, and emerald ray of healing, truth, and divine love. So we're going to bring through his energy right now, and everybody can receive. And so Raphael helps us with our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health, our spiritual health. He helps us on all those levels. And I can actually feel what he's doing is he's expanding the energy into wholeness. And that's what he comes through with for me all the time, is this feeling where when he comes through, our energy fields expand. And I mentioned this earlier, when our energy fields are expanded, that's when we really feel whole. And when we feel whole is when we can really show up more in our life. And so he's bringing through this wholeness for everybody. And this wholeness is also helps us to feel more balanced. So bringing that through helps us to feel more stable. So bringing that through. And then one of my favorite things that he brings through is he helps us to feel more capable. So if there's anywhere where you felt a little held back, like you can't do this, even though you want to do that, we're just going to clear that so that you can feel more capable moving forward and doing what you want to do. And again, this is for everybody. And he's ending with some beautiful heart opening. He was opening the heart chakra at the end. So does that resonate for you?
Yes, absolutely. You're spot on. I am
Beautiful.
working on my health and trying to become strong. Thank you
Yes.
very much. And everything you just mentioned. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Aranima. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Alara. Thank you.
All right. Whew.
Right.
So much wonderful healing and wisdom. Oh my goodness.
We'll go to Asha, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yep.
Yes, you are.
Beautiful.
I would just like a general reading, whatever comes up.
Okay. Highest and best for Asha. Archaea Victory. I love her energy, and it says here, raise your vibration. So I'm going to bring her through. This is for everybody because I really love her energy. And in fact, she's a good one to bring through after Archangel Raphael, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But Archaea Victory comes in on the diamond ray of a universal ascension, magic, and wisdom. And so one of the things that she comes through with, she helps us at least when she comes through for me, she helps to shift our mindset from anywhere we feel limited. So remember what I was talking about with Archangel Raphael, how he helps us to feel capable? She helps us to feel capable in our mindset. She helps us to feel victorious. She helps us to raise our vibration to know what is possible and to move towards that. So I love the diamond ray. It's the diamond ray of ascension, right? So moving into that energy of victory, success. And in fact, it's like I'm feeling this triumphant energy in the upper chakras that she is bringing through. So if there's anywhere that you've been like almost there to where you want to go, but you haven't quite gotten there, she's going to be the tipping point for you. Does any of that resonate for you?
Oh my gosh. I'm saying yes, yes, as you're reading out everything about her, because I feel like I go into like reoccurring like stuckness of mindset. And like I know what I have to do, but then those patterns of thinking comes back and it just kind of makes everything stagnant. So yes to everything that you said.
Beautiful. And let's because this is for everybody. A lot of times the biggest thing holding us back can be our mindset. So, and sometimes all it can take just like a little switch, a little clearing. Sometimes it takes more, but I will bring her through to help shift that mindset so that it's like you can easily go from feeling stuck to feeling like something is not possible, to feeling like, oh yes, I've got this now. I'm open to the possibility. I see the possibility. So beautiful. Thank you, Asha.
That's what I've been praying for. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you, Asha. That was so relevant and so needed. So thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Tina?
Hello.
Hi.
Just a general.
Okay. Let's see who wants to come through. Highest and best for Tina. Oh, ooh, okay. Archaea Virtue. Archaea Virtue is the divine feminine complement to Archangel Raphael. So like him, she comes through on the green, pink, and emerald ray of healing, truth, and divine love. And so I'm going to bring her through for whoever wants to accept and receive this beautiful transmission, because what Archaea Virtue really brings through is healing for the heart and the higher heart. So if there's anywhere that you need upliftment, if there's anywhere that you need to see the higher perspective, if there's anywhere that you need to forgive, she will help. Or if you already just have that natural, beautiful, like open heart chakra, she can even just help you to expand into that frequency even more. So she helps a lot with physical, mental, emotional healing as well. And she really does it a lot through the heart and the higher heart chakras. So does that resonate for you, Tina?
Unbelievably, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, still processing the grief of losing my partner and my dad 3 years ago, and helping a gentleman, like so much of it. I could go, the list goes on right now. So yes, that was beautiful. Thank you.
She is here just showering your beautiful heart with so much love and understanding and helping you to feel that love from beyond, which I'm sure you probably already do. But yeah, so that's beautiful. She wanted to come through for you. Thank you.
And it's sort of funny. My kitty cat, she's like right up here at my heart, laying curled up in my arms, and it's like she's usually not so friendly, but like it's amazing when I need it. She's right up here against me. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you to your kitty for showing up today.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tina. Wow, that was powerful.
Tanya,
Yeah.
we'll just keep going.
And we so many of us are going through deep periods of grief and stuff too, right? So that was really helpful. Thank you.
Mhm. Hi, Tanya.
Hello. Just uplifting. When you said uplifting, it was very much about me. So just general, please.
Let's see. Highest and best for Tanya.
Thank you.
So
Okay. Archangel Michael.
This is my archangel. Thank you.
Do you work with him a lot?
Well, I always talk to him, so yes.
He's here with you. And he comes in on the blue, gold, and sapphire ray of divine will, power, and protection. And it says here, step into empowerment. So if there's anywhere that you've been wanting to feel more empowered, we're going to bring him through.
Thank you.
And I'm really feeling what he did to the energy field. He expanded it, and then he fortified the outer layers. I've never felt him like do it that specifically before. And what he's telling me is so that our energy doesn't collapse as easily, because that's what happens when we go into the lower emotions or things like that, our energy collapses. And so he's here fortifying the outside of our energy fields so that that strength can be really held up, really, really, really strong. So does that resonate with you?
Absolutely. I felt collapsed last week, and whatever I did didn't help me to raise my vibration. Like I felt just this disappointment or something, sadness. And yes, thank you very much. I will ask him every day now to expand my energy and my strength.
Beautiful. Yes. Call on him.
you.
Ask him, Archangel Michael, please expand my energy field. Help me to step into empowerment. Help me to strengthen my energy field so that I've got a strong force field around me. So beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Tanya.
Thank you, girls. Thank you.
Gina?
And I was going to say really quickly, we are running out of time, so please, nobody else raise your hand, okay, please?
Okay, these are the last ones. Gina.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call here.
Yes.
I felt like I was divinely guided to step in at the last minute here, so thank you. So thank you. I guess for me it would be like, what would help me to be on my life's purpose, on my life's path? What is preventing me from being on my life's path for my life work?
Okay.
If that
So
makes
really quickly, Gina, is that an angel statue behind you?
Oh, yes, it is.
Beautiful.
I'll shower it to you. Wait a minute. Can you see her?
Yeah, beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, she's in my living room. my husband got her.
Ooh, point to him.
Yeah, we both found her at a place that we'd like to go to, and we just love angels. I just love work. I just love angels, and they mean a lot to me.
Beautiful. So the archangel coming through wanting to work with you today is Archaea Freedom. And she comes through on the orange ray of acceptance, compassion, and understanding. And so Archaea Freedom, and I'm sending through her energy, she helps to free us from anything that is holding us back. So if there's something particular, you can bring it to mind.
Okay.
and I could feel our energy fields just lighten and be more free. She helps us to just move into that state of emotional freedom, mental freedom, physical freedom. So does any of what I've said resonate for you, Gina?
It does, because I believe I hold myself back with my own thinking.
Yes, just free it. Just let it go and move more from your heart. You have so much wisdom inside.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for taking the time to take my call. I appreciate it.
You're welcome,
Oh,
Gina.
beautiful. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Anita?
Hello. Thank you for all your beautiful messages there. They're so awesome.
Oh, good.
It seems like whenever I try to explain myself, I have a hard time getting my message through with some people, and maybe it's lack of confidence. So I would like maybe some extra energy and healing in that respect, please. And just to generalize.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. All right, let's see who wants to show up. Highest and best for Anita. Okay. So Archangel Zadkiel, strengthen your boundaries. Archangel Zadkiel is associated with the violet ray of transformation and surrender. So he works with the violet flame. So if I forget what you mentioned as far as the not speaking up, there was something you said there about, was it self-confidence, or I can't remember, but let's just.
Yes, I lose my confidence when people they challenge what I say, but in a negative way.
Okay, beautiful. Because we're going to clear that. And sometimes this is where Akashic Records sessions can be really helpful, because sometimes there's past life stuff that has affected us, but we can also do this as well, which will be really helpful, bringing through the violet flame. And then also what Archangel Zadkiel is bringing through is empowerment. He empowers us from the inside out, helping us to set loving boundaries so that we can speak our own truth. Everybody has their own experience, so he can help you. You can call on him if you get in one of those situations and you just need to stand your ground and do it with love and respect, right?
Right. I seem to shrink back like a little wilting flower, and I don't like that because I feel I have a lot of wisdom and knowledge. So it does hurt my heart.
Yes. So we want to get you to that point where you can speak your truth from a place of sovereignty, right? From a place of freedom, without getting caught up in how it's going to be received or things like that. So
Yes.
You have a beautiful voice that needs to be shared.
Oh, thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
You're such a beautiful person too. I just love your energy.
Thank you, Anita.
Thanks again. Be blessed.
Yeah. Thank you, Anita. All right, we're gonna go to Cindy. Cindy, you're the last one.
Hi, hello. So glad to be here. This has been such a wonderful call. I would love to have just a general, anything that my angels or guides would like to share with me.
Okay, beautiful. Let's see who wants to come through for Cindy. Highest and best. He's been coming through really strongly for me lately, and this is Archangel Sandalphon. And it says center and ground. And he comes through on the rainbow ray of music, manifestation, and integration. So, he is, and anybody can receive this, he is known as the angel who really connects us into our Earth star, who really grounds us. But he also centers us. His energy always feels like a redwood tree to me. He's one of the tallest guides that I work with. And so what he's been bringing through for me lately, he's actually been coming through to work on the higher chakras with people, because as below, so above, right? Or as above, so below. So the deeper we're grounded, the more that we can actually open up those higher chakras. And then he's also really important for helping us to feel centered. And I also always feel him open up the heart chakra, so that, we can be centered, we can be grounded, and yet we can have, live from an open heart. So let me bring through his energy just a little more strongly right now. And in fact, I feel him, he's like fortifying our chakra column, kind of like Archangel Michael fortified the outside of our energy field. What I'm feeling Archangel Sandalphon do is fortifying our central column. So I love that he's doing that. It's like a beautiful complement to what Archangel Michael came through with. So does any of that resonate for you, Cindy?
Absolutely. All of it resonates. I've been working on trying to channel more so with my angels and spirit guides and feeling messages. Sometimes I think I'm in my head, but I think they have been delivering beautiful messages to me and answering my prayers. And yes, I have been definitely working on being more grounded and trying to feel the messages come through.
Beautiful. Yeah. And they're letting me know, just trust what's coming through, even if it feels weird, just trust what you're getting. So
Thank you. That was beautiful.
you're welcome.
Many blessings to everyone here.
Awesome. Thank you, Cindy. And you may
You're
want to
welcome.
take Stacey's channeling class as well. It's starting October 28th. Okay, so take a look at that, okay?
Definitely. Sounds very interesting. Thank you so much.
Nice. Thank you. Although I think you're already amazing, but sometimes we just need that extra little support, So take a look if it resonates. Wow, that was amazing. So many readings, so much wisdom, so much healing, right? Each of those readings, we received so much healing. So this was like this was just like this call was like so filled with so much healing for all of us in different areas, right? Not just like one area of our life, but in different areas of our life. I mean, I resonated with so many of those readings, I have to tell you. It's like, yes, yes, yes. So it's like, oh, beautiful. Thank you. So that was amazing. I I don't know what else to say. It's like, yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was so needed. I didn't even know how badly I needed it.
Yeah.
Right, but I did. And so I'm so grateful. I'm so appreciative. And thank you everybody who did raise your hand for getting the readings, because it's also your energy as well that brought through the information and the wisdom and the healing to, because we all co-create together, right?
Absolutely.
And
Beautiful
this was,
co-creation.
yeah, absolutely. And this helped all of us, so whew, wow. You definitely want to go back and watch or listen again, because like again, there was so much here for you, right? So wisdom about the channeling, the healing process that we did, and then all the healing and wisdom through the angel card readings. And somebody was asking in the chat uh what the deck was, and I think Scott said it was the Female Archangels by Callista.
Yes. And when I speak, you can kind of see the cover. So she's got a deck, and then she also has a book. But the deck, I mean, that's obviously the card, so it's really handy to use.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, they're beautiful messages, beautiful cards. I love oracle cards myself as well. If you're willing to receive, there's always a message for you if you're connected to, like when you connect to your higher self or your guides and team, the information does come through. So, yeah. I'm gonna be exhausted now because there's, like this whole call was an hour and a half, 90 minutes of healing, people. That's what we received here today. So, that was beautiful. Any last words of wisdom for us, Stacey? Because I didn't know how much I needed that.
Yeah, it is a full moon today, right? And so just
Yes.
we did a lot of healing. Just take care of yourself. You know, if you need to rest, if you need to sleep, just make sure you get that. And, you know, I just see so many beautiful lights here who showed up today, who are looking for guidance. And, you know, you're all on your path, and there's so much guidance from within. And just thank you to all of you for you know, being light workers in whatever way that you are out in the world. So
absolutely. And, you know, again, if, you know, like the information that we received today from Stacey, she shared, you know, healing, but she also shared wisdom. She also shared guidance and channeling, right? So it was all a demonstration basically of all of her, or some of her skills and talents. I'm sure she has many more. But now you've got a taste of the kind of work that she does. So if you'd like to work with her, you can do a one-to-one session, or you can do the channeling course, or you can do both, right? So please do take a look at the special offer page and see which one resonates with you. And I was joking, right, at the beginning before we were recording. I said, oh, I really need a reading with somebody. And then when we were talking with the special offer, it's like, oh, of course you do readings as well. You know, it's like why didn't I, you know, see that before? But you know, information comes to you when you need it. Okay.
absolutely.
The moon looked intense this morning. It turned orange before it set. Oh wow. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see tonight how it looks, but it's a powerful time. You know, release whatever you can, and then that opens up the avenues and possibilities for your next step or your next bright future, right? So this was awesome. Thank you so much, Stacey. And again, the channeling course begins on October 28th, right?
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. Take a look at that. Register for that if you have even like an inkling of wanting to channel the way Stacey does, or the way I do, or the way you see other people doing it. You know, take this first step to strengthen even your skills already. If you already have some skills in channeling or giving guidance, etc., etc., but this can help to strengthen that and give you that confidence to step out and do even more. Right. So. Cool, beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Stacey. This was so wonderful. I just loved it.
Good. Thank you for holding beautiful space. Thank you to everybody for being here and adding your beautiful lights into this space so we can all share that with each other.
And I will be sending out the recordings in just a little bit, so you can go back and watch or listen again and receive more healing, more wisdom, etc. Okay, so stay tuned for that. It'll come out in the email. So thank you so much, everyone. Wow, until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Bye for now. Have a great day, afternoon, evening, and have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye, Scott. I'm assuming that was
Bye.
Scott. Yeah, bye, Scott. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.